Gene, OK Boomer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Today's subject is, well, I guess you could call it Biden buyer's remorse. People who, there are people like me, full disclosure, I'm a conservative. Always keep that in mind when you evaluate whatever I say. So I didn't vote for Joe Biden. I've always opposed him, think he's a terrible president, but there are so many people who voted for Biden who are now turning against him. And what is most astonishing, I'm going to show you a couple of videos in a moment, but blue areas, not just blue states, I'm talking about blue cities, I'm talking about heavily Democratic areas where you're starting to see a lot of the citizens turning against Joe Biden. So the first one is a recent baseball game, Fenway Park, Boston, the Houston Astros versus the Red Sox. If you're, well, this is not going to be good news if you're a Red Sox fan, but great news, I guess, if you're an Astros fan, because the Astros, well, they creamed the Red Sox 9-2, but that's not the subject for today. The subject is that, as happened at an earlier auto race, the origin of the Let's Go Brandon chant, the crowd in the back, as a reporter is talking in the foreground, a crowd in the background shouting, F Joe Biden, F Joe Biden. But what's interesting, well, it's obviously spreading, number one, across the country. But this is Boston. This is Boston, so watch.
But I think Evaldi's the one guy he can get away with. I thought Evaldi kind of let his hair down a little bit. He threw two of the most unbelievable split fingers for strikeouts for out 1 and 2. When Las Diaz, by the way, missed 21 calls tonight, right? The average is 8 or 9 for an umpire. 21 is a great deal. When he missed that call, I thought he lost his concentration, and then that's when he hung the split to Castro.
That was Boston, so you see what's happening in Boston. Now let's move to New York, my former adopted city where I lived for 40 years. So I can personally attest to how astonishing this is. But, well, it's by extension, I guess it's anti-Biden animus, a demonstration in front of CNN about, well, to use Donald Trump's term, fake news. They're mainly concentrating on the CNN's reporting on coronavirus, but also just in general that the general distrust of the media. Well, it wouldn't be surprising to me if they eventually get to the New York Times and demonstrate in front of the New York Times. But CNN, of course, they're the worst offenders. Here is the video. Welcome back, and as you can see from those two videos, I hope you'll, or I wonder if you'll agree with me, that there is a movement growing in the United States regarding, well, or because of the incompetence, number one, of this administration, the Biden administration, also because the way the news, the mainstream media is bending over backwards to hide the incompetence of this, to bury the stories, the daily stories of the incompetence of this administration, not to mention their actual policies that are so bad for this country. People are starting to realize that's part of the buyer's remorse, or the Biden buyer's remorse. But it's also, well, we're going to see coming up, we have in, I believe, 10 days, I think it's November 2nd, the gubernatorial election in Virginia. Blue state went for Biden by 10 points, and the two candidates, the Democrat, McAuliffe, and Youngkin, the Republican, they are neck and neck. The last Monmouth poll, which was only recently, showed 46 to 46%, dead heat. Even if McAuliffe manages to pull out a victory, it looks like it'll be a narrow victory, and that will still be something for the Republicans to rejoice over, and for, well, turn on the panic button if you're a Democrat. But if Youngkin wins, that I guess it's Katie bar the door, and we'll see what happens in the 2024 midterm elections. And that's it for today. Thanks as always for stopping by. I appreciate the time that you spend with me. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions for future topics, you can put them in the comment section below the video. You could share the video with anybody you think would like the video. You could also subscribe. I love getting new subscribers, but most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.